What is going on, guys? Jason Burke here, Styles Clash for life, coming at you on YouTube, and today I've got Football Focus. Today I am doing the NFL Week 4 2016 Power Rankings once again. I did last week, Week 3's Power Rankings. You can go back and check those out in a previous video on my channel. Please subscribe and like these videos, but I've gotten some good feedback on the football stuff. I've been getting a lot of views on football videos, so you guys are clamoring for some football. So I'm going to do my version of the power rankings for the NFL for Week 4. Again, this is only accounting for the first 4 weeks of the season. I'm not taking into account how the teams are going to be in the future or where I think they're going to end up. I'm just taking what I've seen so far from the first 4 weeks of the season and making my own top 10 power rankings from 10 to 1. So we'll start with number 10, the Houston Texans. 3-1. It's their debut on this list. They've been pretty solid so far under Brock Osweiler as quarterback. Even this week with DeAndre Hopkins being held to 1 catch for 4 yards, they've been very solid. Will Fuller has been Rookie of the Year so far. He had 2 more touchdowns this week. He's been a viable option. The tight ends have been solid. Fedorowicz and the other tight end have been solid for the Texans. With that defense playing the way it is, they can beat anyone. They did lose, surprisingly, to the Patriots, but those losses happen. They're 3-0 otherwise. They're now 3-1, and they are among the favorites to get an AFC wild card right now. They're ahead of teams like the Chiefs and the Jets to get a possible wild card, so they're in the thick of things. And if J.J. Watt comes back fully healthy, that's still a big question. But if Watt comes back healthy, they've got a very dangerous defensive line and a front seven that is one of the better ones in the entire NFL. So that defense can hold you to very few points. And Brock Osweiler can manage the offense with Fuller and with Lamar Miller when he's on, and with DeAndre Hopkins. They can get stuff done. So the Texans at 3-1 right now are an underrated team to watch at number 10. Number 9, I have the Oakland Raiders at 3-1. They've gotten through the first 4 weeks of the NFL as being the number 1 offense in the league. They are making moves. Latavius Murray, when he's in there, can be dangerous. He can bust long runs. He's very, very fast and speedy. Clive Walford's been solid at tight end. He's been underrated in there, making some big catches when he's called upon. And then you have, the big receivers. You have underrated Seth Roberts in the slot. He's gotten 2 touchdowns this year. Michael Crabtree, who had 3 touchdowns last week, he's had a breakthrough season, probably his biggest season so far to date. And of course, you have the number 1 receiver, whose name right now, Amari Cooper, was escaping me. Amari Cooper, of course, being the ace. So you've got this Derek Carr high-powered offense. The defense, still not the best. They're improving. They're trying to work on their coverage. Right now, they're involved in shootouts. They can put up 35 points a week, but they can also give up 28 or 30 points a week too. So that's why they're only number 9 on this list. But they also are right in the thick of things for a wild card spot. I think right now, the way I'm looking, the loser of the Steelers-Bengals and the AFC North will get a wild card for sure. And I think the Raiders right now are my other wild card in the AFC, if I predicted it today the way it goes. So 3-1, the Raiders with their high-powered offense and their okay defense is good enough to be number 9 right now. Number 8, the 3-1 Atlanta Falcons. Another case of a very good offense and kind of a poor defense. The Falcons are one of the weakest defenses in the league right now, but yet they have a high-powered offense. I mean, Matt Ryan this week put up 500 yards passing, 503 to be exact, and Julio Jones by himself, 12 catches for 300 yards. Only the 6th player in NFL history to ever do a 300-yard receiving game, close to the record. You add in, guys like Jacob Tamme at tight end, who's been solid. You add in Mohamed Sanu, who is strong and powerful. You add in guys like Justin Hardy and Aldrick Robinson, who got another touchdown this week. And Devontae Freeman, who's one of the best running backs in the NFL right now. You've got an offense who can't be stopped. Now, the Falcons have added a lot of pieces on defense. They brought in about 5 or 6 guys. They also traded this week for A.J. Hawk as of yesterday. So they brought in a bunch of new, fresh names on defense who are supposed to be big game changers. They have not been so far. They've been surrendering 28, 35 points a week, but yet they're still 3-1 because Matt Ryan's got this offense clicking. So I think they could lose this spot in a few weeks, but as of right now at 3-1, they're number 8. Number 7, the 3-0 Philadelphia Eagles. They were off this week, but they're undefeated right now. They've got a quarterback in Carson Wentz who's playing very good, solid football. Turnover free. He's managing the ball well. He's taking some shots downfield, but he's being very smart about it. Their running game and the way they use their runs has been a very smart scheme. They're protecting the quarterback. They're getting pressure on the defensive line, which is a big part of causing turnovers and stuff like that. The linebackers are playing good ball. And they have, a young receiving core with Jordan Matthews and Nelson Aguilar and Dorial Green Beckham and Josh Huff, who are delivering. So at 3-0, I think these Eagles are the favorites right now, even with the Cowboys playing good football. I think the Eagles are the favorites to win the NFC East. At number 6, we have the 2-1 Packers. They also were off this past week, but they've been very fun to watch. Aaron Rodgers is healthy, but Jordy Nelson, it's a whole different offense out there. He's been very fun to watch. Eddie Lacy is playing pretty good ball right now. You have Devontae Adams. You have Randall Cobb. You have Richard Rodgers. You've got these guys on offense, and they're zinging. And right now the defense is playing unexpectedly better than thought to be as of last year. They still got a ways to go on defense. They're not physical enough on the outside. Their linebackers have been kind of banged up and playing a little off lately. So, again, the defense has some improving to do. But if you're noticing, a lot of primetime big play offenses are getting up on this list. So the Packers are one of the teams to beat in the entire NFC, and they're at number 6 right now. Number 5, we've got the 3-1 Seattle Seahawks. It wasn't even known this week that Russell Wilson was going to play. He was banged up, and he was thought to be coming off a couple of iffy weeks, and his receivers are banged up. Baldwin's a little bit banged up. Tyler Lockett's a little banged up, and yet Russell Wilson still came out this week and played very, very good football, even being injured. So this team right now, as banged up as they are sitting at 3-1 atop the NFC. And I think this team could easily be the number 1 seed, if not number 2, to get a bye in the NFC. They've got the defense, one of the better defensive units in the entire NFL. Carolina's taken a big step back. Arizona's taken a big step back. Both their defenses have fallen off, and Seattle's is staying tight. Seattle's defense is playing very, very good football, and their offense is doing enough with Russell Wilson making plays. So Seattle, in my opinion, right now is the number 1 team to beat in the NFC, but they sit on this list at number 5 right now. Number 4, the Pittsburgh Steelers at 3-1. What a difference a week makes. Last week they got blown out, and they were much lower on this list. This week they come back against a very good game, Kansas City Chiefs team, with a very good defense, and they just crushed them. They destroyed Kansas City this week in a huge blowout, something like 43 to 14 or something like that. Huge blowout. Made Kansas City look silly. They got Le'Veon Bell back, who in my opinion is the best pound-for-pound running back in the NFL. Marcus Whedon is now back from injury and playing a little better. Antonio Brown, you can't beat. Sammy Coates making huge plays downfield. Even with Ryan Shazier out, Jarvis Jones stepped up. They've had good safety play out of Mike Mitchell and Robert Golden when he's in there, Sean Davis when he's in there, Jordan Dangerfield when he's in there. So the safeties are playing good ball. William Gay is making a ton of plays in the backfield for the defense out of the cornerback spot. And Jarvis Jones is playing well when Ryan Shazier's not in there. So you have, and Cam Hayward is getting a ton of sacks and making turnovers as well. So the defense is stepping up, playing admirably, and the offense can put up 40 points a week easily. So this dangerous Steeler team could be one of the final 2 or 3 at the end of the year in the AFC at number 4. Number 3, top 3 teams this week. The Minnesota Vikings 4-0. I know there's 2 teams ahead of them who one of which has a loss. But the Vikings right now are the cream of the crop in the NFC. Their defense is playing lights out. Their safety play has been great. They're playing very good at linebacker. They're getting quarterback pressure. They're only allowing short passes. They're tackling well. They're causing turnovers. Their differential's been good. And on offense, they're doing just enough. Stephon Diggs has been underratedly a star for this team this year. By committee, Jerick McKinnon and company are doing a good job running the ball enough for them. And Sam Bradford's not turning the ball over. So they're protecting the ball, and they're causing plays on defense. And they're playing good on special teams with Cordero Patterson. So you add all 3 phases of the game together, playing like a team. Minnesota is the big surprise right now in the NFC at 4-0 with Sam Bradford. So they're number 3 this week. Number 2, New England Patriots 3-1. They did lose this week, but I don't put much stock in that because they lost with Jacoby Brissett, the third-string quarterback, being banged up. When you're playing with your third stringer and he's even playing hurt, you're bound to lose. But if you would have told the Patriots that playing 2 games without Gronk and 4 games without Tom Brady, and they'd be 3-1 through 4 weeks of the season, they would take it. If you told the Patriots they play 4 games without Brady and they'd win 3 of them, they're in really good shape right now. Despite the loss to Buffalo, they're 3-1. They get Brady back this week. Gronk is more healthy. LeGarrette Blount's playing pretty good ball. So they're going to be the team to watch for in the AFC at number 2. And the number 1 team in the Week 4 power rankings this week, if you haven't guessed it by now, it's the 4-0 Denver Broncos. This defense is the best unit in the entire NFL on any side of the ball. They're getting a ton of pressure from Von Miller and those boys, getting off the edge fast. They're playing physical on the outside. They have good cornerbacks, Aqib Talib and company, attacking at the cornerback spot. They're getting good blitzes on the outside from the safeties. They're calling good plays for Trevor Siemian. Even Paxton Lynch, when he came in, because Siemian got hurt in the first half, Paxton Lynch came in, did a very good job utilizing Jordan Norwood, utilizing Demaryius Thomas, utilizing Emmanuel Sanders. So they have good weapons on offense. They're protecting their quarterbacks, and they're playing lights out ball on defense. So as of right now, the number one team in the NFC. We'll see if the offense can do enough for them in the future and hold up to make them one of the top seeds. But that defense is dangerous. So the 4-0 Broncos are number one. So what do you guys think of these rankings? How would you put your rankings? Who did I leave out? Who should be in the rankings? Who's higher? Who's lower? Tell me in the comments down below what you guys think of these rankings. And until next week, guys, it's been Football Focus. I will see you soon.